Welcome, Brian from TrollWorks2A.com. I'm here with you today to talk about Unseenkiller's Geneva Breacher 37mm signal launcher. Started selling these kits almost a year ago, right about the same time we went to Maker's Match and met Unseenkiller in person. He's a really cool guy. You know, if you ever get a chance to meet him, there's a lot of knowledge in that guy. A lot of questions he might be able to answer for you. And he's just nice in general. But anyway, enough saying great things about the maker of this fine 3D printed masterpiece. I already put mine together. I took it apart to make this video, so a few things are already done, and for the most part, these are things that you're not going to have a lot of trouble with anyways. One of the biggest issues people run into, at least I ran into, are these bolts, right? You got the two long ones and the one shorter one. Okay, depending on your configuration, when you're doing the longer one or the shorter one, your sizes may vary a little bit, but ultimately they do the same thing. Two long ones on top, shorter one on bottom. Big issue people are having. You go put these things through, trying to get everything together. You got your ratchet or whatever. You try to tighten that up, and then this thing starts coming out the other side. It's just a whole lot of mess. So two options that you have here. One, JB weld. Right? JB weld your barrel on there anyways. While you're doing all that, gotta wait for that to dry. Put a little bit in there in the threads. Put that in, a couple turns. Give it time to harden. You're good to go. No special equipment required. Do you have special equipment? Terrible quick weld right there. Holds the bolt on. Well, holds the nut onto the rod, threaded rod. Essentially turns it into a bolt. These holes are kind of tight. So we did a few experiments. We were trying to get the biggest drill bits we had. The longest, not the biggest. We were running drill bits through each side, trying to give a little more space to run these rods through. Another option, which was also suggested by Unseenkiller, was essentially when you turn this into your bolt, you put it in your drill, and you just drill through there, like putting a screw into wood or something. It'll pretty well expand everything the way you need it, and get put together for you, no issues. We have more of these plates on order right now. We'll be making a lot more kits in the coming weeks, as we sold out our last kit about a week ago, and the boss's son's going to college, so they're not working this weekend. So congratulations to him. I'm not going to give out his name and all that personal information, but and you got your threaded rods, got your long rod, right? Go in this. Your firing pin's at. Now for your firing pin, you need to make sure that you bevel that edge to see how I did mine there. Okay, the kits, I need these particular firing pins don't come like this already. If people want them done, we can get it done, but currently we're not pre-doing the kits like we do for the Harlots and the other things. Now, once you get it in there and you got it going up and down, it's really easy. Take something like your file, just go across both sides. Don't, your signal launcher probably isn't going to fire. And I figured that out from personal experience, because I've tried to put one together Wasn't this one. I think it was the cherry popper I had put together and didn't fire initially. I had to sit there and mess with a file off a multi-tool. Got it working. No biggie. Anyway, the points of the video, get stuff put together. So you got that done. Well, the next thing is you got to do, right up in here, you got one of your ender springs. That guy goes right there. I don't even know what this part's called, but see, it's got a hole there. The spring, right? This, I believe, is the shortest screw in the kit. You take a nut. All I have to do is get all of my nuts, put them on there, tap them in with the small hammer and a punch, and that seems to save me a little bit of time. But do what you want. It goes there. Got that right there. Next short screw goes in. All right, and then we get to figure out where I put that short screw and make sure I got the right one. Let me see that one. Yeah. Okay, well that really wasn't a short screw. It's just like another, I think a 20 millimeter. So just pushed in, a little bit of pressure on it. All right, you see the hole right there? Small hole, not the big one. That's just the gap. Get your screw. Put your tool, whatever tool you want to use. About even there. See? So it's going to hold your barrel in place once it's on. A couple more parts involved with that, but we'll get to it. Okay. The next things we got here is your trigger. I took this apart. This piece actually snapped right there. I didn't do 100% infill like I usually do. I think I did like 50 maybe. I don't know. But I generally do 100% on all these kind of things. I know some people think it's too much. And yeah, it's fine. They can do what they want. One of the things you run into with this, got our little part here. All right. Should probably done that in a different color. But you notice all along the sides there, they've all been filed down. So they didn't quite fit perfectly in there. So if you run into problems, just file it, sand it, just don't overdo it. File a little bit, check, sand a little bit, check, a little bit at a time. See? It's right in. Yeah, things are already falling apart. It's not gonna be a problem. Once everything's together, all the bolts will hold it. So that. The next big things. So I already got my nuts all in here. Got your trigger. I just set that. It's got some JB welds on it, but have to set. So whatever. Fat fingers don't really help. Okay. You got the little hook sticking out the front. and that works in conjunction with this. That little, so once you get all this together, you know, that one thing hits the other thing, all this stuff, and got some fun with it. You know, make clear things. That spring goes in. Quite a bit of pressure there. Now, I've already broken one of these triggers. It's my second one. So I suggest, you know, maybe doing a higher infill on this and slowing your printer down, especially if you have like a bamboo or something. You know, for the regular pours, you know, maybe might not have as many problems breaking. But anytime you do like high stress parts, things like the triggers and hammers, yeah, most the devs will recommend you slow down your print a little bit. I would go no more than like, I don't know, set it to like 50. But those use, you know, they're like, well, I can print it in 3 minutes on 500. Go for it, and then you'll be taking this apart again and having to start over. It's pretty annoying. Yeah, so that's spring goes right in there. You got your little screw, got a nut on there, and you got the bevel. You know, take your fat fingers and do things like grab this pliers they got laying around, throw that in, and line it up. Let's see. My flashlight. Let's see if I can shine a light on there so I can see the hole lines up a little easier. Alright, well, I'm probably suck at getting it lined up. But I do things like get the rod. Well, that's too thick. That looks pretty stupid, right? Punch. Let's see if I can get that lined up before I put the screw through it. Of course, this is all real too. Like, I don't really know how to edit videos. I don't really care. Yeah, this part's too boring. Just skip ahead a little bit. Figure it out. Just drop the part. It's typical. There we go. Alright, lined up. See if the trigger pretty much all the way up against the back there. And then, you know, you see the light through the hole. So that's lined up. So I already got the nut in. Take my screw. Most of these screws are about the same size. So should be pretty easy to figure out which ones you need. right in there. Really good idea. A lot of these things that need to move and rotate like a, using like the trigger as a pivot is take a small drill bit, something like a 3mm, eighth inch, somewhere around there, and just use that to remount the hole. Otherwise, one of the issues you get is, for one, your screw might get caught on the inside that hole, and make things just a little bit more annoying for you, or like your trigger or whatever it is you're doing may not pivot very well. See here, got it pivoting just fine. No issues there. I find that part I dropped. Let's see. I'll pause there and come right back.